have the pleasure today of interviewing a fellow Australian, Andrew Tye. Thanks so much, mate, for joining me today.
Pleasure.
As the only Aussie in a squad full of Englishmen, how are you coping? And what's the banter like in the squad now that Smudge is gone?
No, it's good. I've known Stokesy for probably good 10 to 15 years, I reckon, from playing a bit of second team cricket up in Durham with him. So yeah, I got along with him like straight away. So that was pretty good. And then obviously now with Livo here, having played with him at Perth, that's good.
Yeah.
And then Josh is a great bloke. So luckily fit in all right with them, and the band has been pretty good. It's only been over Call of Duty at the moment since I've been here because I'm still in isolation. But no, it's good. Thanks.
It's a lot friendlier these days, given players are playing together in T20 leagues and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Back in the days, yeah. So from a personal perspective, like it's an unfortunate run with injury for Jofra Archer, and can be a worry for the Royals given how good he was last season. But for you personally, has this increased your belief of more game time this season, and has it changed your mindset at all when preparing for the campaign?
Well, hopefully. Firstly, I hope that Joff's recovering all well. I saw that he's had a bit of surgery on his hand to remove some glass from a tendon. So, hopefully he's good and he's able to come back at some point during the tournament. But it's probably one less spot for competition for me. So it probably does increase my chances of playing. And hopefully if the coaching staff give me a go, I'm the right man for the job.
And how has your preparation been for the season? I know quarantine makes it really hard. How do you stay match fit?
It's a tough one. It's pretty much just knowing that your body will be right. Having sort of played in Big Bash and not played a game since. I was training hard over in New Zealand with the Aussie teams, and I've had 2 weeks at home quarantine where I had to keep on top of my fitness and stuff. And then I've had a week and a half out where I was able to bowl again. And now back into 7 days of quarantine. It certainly is tough, but thankfully my body's pretty weathered now and conditioned to playing stop-starts kind of stuff. So I think it'll pick it up pretty easily and I'll be right to go.
Cool. And speaking of the Big Bash, speaking of your body, a lot more pace in last season's Big Bash. I think one thing the listeners and viewers might want to know is what was your secret to that? Was it something that was changed at the Perth Scorchers, or was it before that?
It was probably before that. It was sort of as we came out of lockdown, sort of April, May last year. It gave me a chance to sort of really invest some time in some preseason training and sit down with the WA and Scorchers bowling coach Matt Mason, and he really wanted to sort of increase or have change my action with the view to increasing my pace. And at first I told him, well, I'm 33, mate. I don't want to change my action. I don't want to get the yips. I was very skeptical, but I gave it a try, and it wasn't that much of a change. Very, very minimal, and it just created a bit more lag in my arm path and then generated a bit more pace. So it's been a very fruitful change for me so far. It's I'm very much benefiting from it.
Yeah, absolutely. And from a personal perspective, how much is an Australian recall? I know you're in the squad for the New Zealand series, but for that World Cup later in the year, is that on your mind much, given your extra pace and ability to bowl at the death?
I'd be lying if it wasn't. I think anyone who's sort of in the frame or in the picture would really be looking forward to it. We haven't had a T20 World Cup for 5 years now, and having been at the last one and not played a game, I really wish that I'm able to be picked in the squad and then play a game at some point. I feel that I'm as good as I ever was and able to provide a role for the team. So hopefully we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, there's a lot of time between now and then, and a lot of cricket to be played. So although I have got one eye on that, you can't get too far ahead of yourself. You got to focus what's in front of you.
I agree with you, mate. Anyone who says that it's not on their mind, I call them fibbers. But yeah, I think, look, for Australia, from an Australian perspective, look, our death bowling is going to be crucial in that World Cup. So now those Yorkers, and you never know what can happen.
Exactly.
So in terms of the Royals, your franchise, they've been the league's nearly men, I'd say, in recent years. Like, what do you think will be different about the Royals this season to go to that next level?
We've got a slightly better or slightly different playing list this year. The inclusion of Chris Morris as an all-rounder, Shivnam Dubey. We've
Yes,
we've
I
managed
think
to.
Mustafiz Rahman is a decent pickup too. There's a few there.
Exactly. We've definitely got a few more pickups, and hopefully we can get the balance of the team right and really sort of have an impact. And I think the last few years we've probably gone into games a lot with our batting, relying on things, and there hasn't been, as we saw last year, there hasn't been much support for Jofra. So hopefully now the likes of Chris Morris sort of playing that all-rounder with bat and ball, like myself, Mustafiz, Stokesy, Livo, Jofra, David Miller, there's definitely the talent there to be able to get this team over the line. And that's without even mentioning any of the local talent. We've got some very, very good young Indian players come through, and I feel they're ready to have big impact on the tournament this year.
Have you had a look at any of the Indian guys coming through, or you haven't had the chance to much yet?
Obviously, everyone that was here last year I've had a chance to have a look at, and I know pretty well. But there's a couple of guys which haven't had the chance to meet yet this year, and hopefully when I do, I'll be impressed. And I think they wouldn't have been selected if they didn't have talent. So
absolutely.
It's just hopefully we've got the squad to get to the finals this year and actually win the trophy.
And the talent in India is crazy at the moment, isn't it? Like they came here and won in Australia in the tests, and whoever just comes into that side almost performs straight away. So there's a couple of young Indian seamers that have coming through for the Royals, and I think that's why I've got you guys like very close to the playoffs. I think you guys will make it, fingers crossed. So and another factor I consider in the playoffs race is like Kumar Sangakkara at the helm. Have you had a lot to do with him so far? And if you have, what has it been like?
I haven't had a great deal to do with him so far. Just a couple of phone conversations. Basically introducing ourselves, getting to know each other a little bit. But the main time of that will come when I get out of quarantine and really get stuck in. He's got a lot on his plate with all the other players at the moment. So I'm just going to try and sit here and be ready for when he needs me.
Yep. And in terms of, the IPL starts today, and which teams do you think would be the most difficult to face this time around? Is it going to be Mumbai again, or do you think there's another couple of teams to watch out for, do you think?
Yeah, definitely Mumbai. They've got very, very good Indian players topped up with unbelievable overseas talent. They're always up there, thereabouts. Same as Kolkata, same as RCB. They've added Maxi to that batting lineup now. So now in the top four batsmen,
crazy batting lineup.
You're going to have Kohli, ABD, and Maxi to contend with. So, anywhere you look at the Sunrisers, they're always very, very competitive. David Warner always sort of turns up and takes it up a notch at this time of year. And you look at Delhi. They had such a wonderful year last year, and you got Steve Smith in there now as well. So you can pretty much say any team has got a chance, and they're all tough. But they're probably the top ones for me.
It makes a good viewing for the neutral. So AJ Tye, thank you so much, mate, for your time today. I wish you all the best for the season. I'll keep an eye out for you guys. The matches start at midnight here, but as a cricket nut, I don't care. I look forward to watching you guys do well. Tthanks,
all
heaps.
Right. Thanks, Matt. Cheers, Matt. Appreciate it.